Democrats are scrambling now. They don't have anybody on the top of their ticket. The Democratic engine is now full steam ahead to an unprecedented convention process now that their ticket is empty. While President Biden has endorsed VP Harris, as you said, it's not a done deal. There still has to be a process. I spoke with Tom DeSiren, the executive director of the Utah Democrats. Here's some of that conversation.
We have to go trust President Biden. And President Biden has made what he believes is the right choice, and I'm going to trust him on this.
Now, he's decided to endorse his Vice President Kamala Harris. Obviously, there is going to be a process. She even says in her statement that she has to earn that nomination. But what do you think is her strengths if she is the candidate?
So if she becomes our nominee, which we'll figure out in convention, it's August 19th to the 22nd in Chicago. If she is the nominee, she really gets to inherit pretty much all of the money and infrastructure from the Biden and Harris campaign. If she doesn't, it creates a mess of legal changes, especially going with the large amounts of money, the historic amounts of money that President Biden and VP Harris have raised already.
And they have, you know, when the delegates are released and that's their own vote, then is there going to be a way for candidates to sway these delegates? Like, I mean, could it be kind of like a House vote where there's going to be somebody whipping for each candidate to try to get people on their side?
I think we're in really unprecedented times, and to be honest, nobody knows right now. And if somebody's telling you exactly what's going to happen, you can just know that they don't know what they're talking about.
Do you think that because the Democratic Party's kind of in flux now, don't have a candidate at this point, does that kind of give the advantage over to the Trump ticket right now because they can continue going on their same campaign?
I'm not so sure. You know, we know that President Trump is just historically unliked. He's got a really strong base. But that is about where his floor and his ceiling are kind of at the same level. He has a strong amount of people who absolutely adore him and a large amount of people who can't stand him. I'm not really so sure that taking the media away from him for the next couple of weeks is going to be any help to him.
Well, let's also look at how Utah Republicans are reacting to this evening. Rob Axson, the Utah GOP chair, said this: now Dem Party bosses will make the choice. How democratic. What a disservice to the process and clear disregard for the American public. Utah Senator Mike Lee had this to say today: if Joe Biden is unfit to run for re-election, he is unfit to remain president. He should resign.
Now, going into this Democratic convention process, Brian, you know, Rob Axson kind of has a point here. The voters went through this Democratic process. They had a primary. They voted for Joe Biden, but now those votes don't really count. The delegates now get to decide who's the nominee for president.
And I liked your question just a few moments ago. How do they go around deciding on the candidate? Seemingly, many Democrats are coalescing around Kamala Harris. It is not a done deal at this point, and there are others who are weighing getting into this, no doubt.
Absolutely. You saw RFK Jr. talking about he would accept the Democratic nomination. Right. I don't think that is probably likely in the future, but you're seeing some of these heavy players. Governor Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania throwing his support behind Kamala Harris. So some of those big names that we've talked about for months seem to be coalescing around VP Harris. So the convention is going to be interesting, but it seems like she's in the front seat.
What a moment in American politics and American history. Jordan, I know we'll see you in just a little bit. Thank you.